Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose. Give me the map, then. Know that we have divided into 3 our kingdom, and 'tis our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strengths, while we unburdened crawl toward death. Our son of Cornwall, and you, our no less loving son of Albany, we have this hour a constant will to publish our daughter's several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. The princes France and Burgundy, great rivals in the youngest daughter's love, have long in our court made their amorous sojourn and are here to be answered. Tell me, my daughters, since now we will divest us both of rule, interest of territory, and cares of state, which of you shall we say doth love us most? That we, which our largest bounty may extend, where nature doth with merit challenge. Goneril, our eldest boy, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than the words can read the matter. Dear the eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued, rich or rare, no less in life with grace, health, beauty, honor, as much as child or loved or father found. A love that makes breath pour and speech unable. Beyond all manner of so much, I love you.
What shall Cordelia do? Love and be silent.
Of all these boundaries, even from this line to this, with shadowy forests and champagnes rich, with plenteous rivers and wide-skirted meads, be thine and Albany's issue, be this perpetual. What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife to Cornwall? Speak.
Sir, I am made of the self-same metal that my sister is, and prize me at her worth in my true heart. I find she names my very deed of blood. Only she comes too short, that I profess myself an enemy to all other heroes, which my precious square of sense possesses, and find that I am alone felicitant in your dear highness's love.
Then poor Cordelia, and yet not so, since I am sure my love's more richer than my tongue.
To thee and thine hereditary ever, in this ample third of our fair kingdom. Now, our joy, although the last, not least, whose young love the vines of France and milk of Burgundy strive to be interest. What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing comes from nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, no more nor less.
How, Cordelia? Mend your speech a little, lest it may mar your fortunes.
Good, my lord, you begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as right. Obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands if they say we love you all? Happily, when I shall wed, the Lord whose hand has take my flight, carry half my love with him, and half my care of duty. Shall never marry like my sisters, to love my father all.
What goes thy heart with this?
Aye, good lord,
So young and so untender?
so young, my lord, and true.
Let it be so then. Thy truth be thy dower. For, by the sacred radiance of the sun, the mysteries of Hecate and night, in all the operations of the orbs, when we do exist and cease to be, here I disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity, and property of blood, and as a stranger to my heart and me, hold thee from this forever. The barbarous Scythian, or he who makes his generation messes to gorge his appetite, shall to my impose with thee as well neighbored, pitied, and relieved as thou my sometime daughter.
Good, my liege.
Peace, Kent. Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Hence, and avoid my sight, so be my grave my peace, as here I give her father's heart from her. Call France, who stirs? Call Burgundy, Cornwall, and Albany. With these 2 daughters' dowers, digest and set aside, plainest marry her. I do invite you to join with my power. Preeminence in all the large events lectured with majesty. Ourselves, by monthly course, with the reservation of 100 knights, shall
Royal Lear, whom I've ever honored as my king, loved as my father, as my master father, as my great patron, thought among my prayers.
the bow is bent and drawn, made from the shaft.
Let it fall rather, though the fore conveyed the region of my heart. Be Kent unmannerly, when Lear is mad. What wilt thou do, old man? Think'st thou that duty shall have dread to speak, when power to flattery bows? To plainness honors bound, when majesty stoops to follow? Answer my life, my judgment. Thy youngest daughter does not love thee least, nor are those empty-hearted, whose low sound reverbs no hollowness.
Kent, on thy life, no more.
My life I never held but as a pawn to wage against thine enemies, nor fear to lose it, thy safety being the motive.
Out of my sight.
See better, Lear, and let me still remain the true blank of thine eye.
Now by Apollo.
By Apollo, king, thou swearest thy gods in vain.
O vassal, miscreant.
2, kill thy physician, and the fee bestow upon thy foul disease. Whilst thy convent clamor from my throat, I'll tell thee, thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant. On thine allegiance, hear me. Since thou hast sought to make us break our vow, which we durst never yet, and with strained pride, take thy reward. 5 days we do allot thee, for provision, to shield thee from diseases of the world, and on the 6th to turn thy hated back upon our kingdom. If on the 10th day following, thy banish truck be found in our dominions, the moment is thy death. Away! By Jupiter, this shall not be revoked.
Fare thee well, Lear. So thus thou wilt appear, freedom lies hence, and banishment is here. The gods to their dear shelter take thee, that justly thinkst, and hast most rightly said. And your large speeches make your deeds approve, that good effects may spring from words of love. Thus Kent, O princes, bids you all adieu. You'll find his old course in a country new. Here's France and Burgundy, noble king.
My lord of Burgundy, we first address towards you, who with this king hath rivaled for our daughter. What in the least will you require, present dower with her, or cease your quest of love?
Most Royal Majesty, I crave no more than what your highness offered, nor will we tender less.
Right, noble Burgundy. When she was dear to us, we did hold her so, and now her prices follow. Sir, there she stands. If aught within that little seeming substance, or all of it, without displeasure, peace. She's there, she's yours.
I know no answer.
Will you then, with those infirmities she owes, unfriended, new adopted to our hate, dowered with our curses, take her or leave her?
Pardon me, royal sir, election makes not up on such conditions.
Then leave her, sir, for by the power that made me, I tell you all for wealth. For you, great king, I would not make such a strait to match you where I hate. Therefore, beseech you to avert your liking more worthier way than on a wretch whom nature's ashamed almost to acknowledge hers.
This is most straight that she that even but now was your best object. Argument of your grace, balm of your age, most best and most dearest, in this trice of time, made a thing so monstrous. To dismantle so many folds of favor, sure her offense must be of such a natural degree that wants to it. Which of her do to believe? It is a faith, without reason, without miracle, can never point to me.
I beseech your majesty, before I want that glib and oily art to speak in purpose, not since what I will intend, I do it before I speak, that you make known. It is no vicious bull, murder, or foulness, no unchaste action or dishonored step that hath deprived me of your grace and favor. But even for want of that for which I am richer, the still soliciting eye, and such as hump as I am glad I have not, though not to have it, hath lost me in your liking.
But thou hadst not been born, that did not please me better.
It is but this, a tardiness in nature which often leaves history unspoken that intends to. What say you, Lord of Burgundy? Blood's not love when mingled with regards that stand aloof with no entire point. Will you have her? She is herself a dowry. Royal Lear, give up that person which you so proclaim, and here I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
Nothing. I have sworn I am firm.
I am sorry, then you had better walk your father that you must leave your husband.
Peace be with Burgundy. Since thou respects of fortune are his love, I shall not be his wife.
Fairest Cordelia, thou art most rich, being poor, and most choice forsaken, and most loved, despised. Thee and thy virtues I seize upon, be it lawful I take up what's cast away. Gods, this strange for my coldest neglect, my love should kindle to inflame my respect. Thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown to my chance, is queen of us, of ours, and our fair France. No dukes of waterish Burgundy can have this unpressed precious maid in me.
Thou hast her, France. Let her be thine, for we have no such daughter, nor shall we ever see that face of her again. Therefore, be gone, without our grace, our love, or our benison. Come, noble Burgundy.
Bid farewell to your sisters.
The jewels of our father were the watchguards, Cordelia leads. I know you what you are, and like a sister am both to call your fault as they own. Use well our father. To your professed bosoms I commit him. They at last did I within his grace. I would have heard you do better. So, farewell to you.
Describe not our sorry duties. Let your study be to content your own, who have perceived you have fortune's arms. You have obedience, scanted and well or worth the want you have wanted.
Time shall unfold with plated cunning eyes, but yet alas, time change your rise. Well may you prosper.
Come, fairest Cordelia. Sister, it is not a little I have to say of what most nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight. That's most certain. With you, next month with us. You see how full of changes his age is. The observation we have made of it hath not been little. He always loved our sister most, and with what poor judgment he hath now cast her off appears too grossly. 'Tis the infirmity of his age, yet he hath lived but silently on his son. The best and soundest of his time hath been but rash, and must be looked to receive from his age, not alone the imperfections of long engraft conditions, but therewithal the unruly waywardness that infirm and choleric years bring with them. Such inconstant starts we are like to have from our license after King's banishment. There's further compliment of we to King between praise and do. Pray you, let's hit together. If our Father carry authority with such dispositions as he bears, this last surrender of his will but offend us. We shall further. We must do something, and in the need.